Hey everybody, Mr. Smith here with the final weekly message for the year, which brings me to my first announcement, which is to say that we are going to try on the last official week of school, on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, that'd be the 15th, the 16th, or the 17th, one of those days to have some sort of end of the year closure for the class, to have some class meeting where all of us can be on a Zoom call together and get a chance to say goodbye and close out the year a little bit. So I don't have details on that for you yet, but they should be forthcoming, and I'll make sure that I send you an email and post on my MCPS when I have more details about the specifics for that. So that's number one. And number two, know that this has been a very difficult and very emotional week for our entire country, as it should be. And we are at one of the moments where we are doing the most as a country, as a nation as a whole, to confront the racist system that exists in our country every single day, and that many of you are confronted with involuntarily, not by your own choice, every single day. And that all of us are a part of, all of us in some way are a part of this society. And so this week our assignments are a little bit different. The scheduled assignment for this week is going forward, and it is by coincidence on the Atlantic slave trade. And I'm, just like we had the Black Death hit right when we were entering the pandemic, here we are with our Atlantic slave trade lesson coming up in the middle of one of those moments where the United States is confronting our societal racism, which is good timing in a lot of ways. It's very relevant. The Atlantic slave trade was a foundational part of this country, and it's the reason that this racism and this racial injustice is baked into our society. It's deep within the roots of our country. So it's a great time to be thinking about it, to be learning about it. But I also recognize that this is a time that it might be difficult for some of you to have the emotional energy to be able to tackle that. It's one of the most horrific, tragic events in all of human history. And so it's not an easy one to tackle in the best of times. So with that acknowledgement, then I'm offering an alternative assignment this week as well, and that is the social justice reflection, and that is an assignment that will ask you to do a little bit of reading, a little bit of learning about what is going on at the moment and about the systemic racism of our nation, and then reflect on it and give you a chance to talk about how you feel in this moment and what you're thinking in this moment. So the way that's going to work is you can do either assignment. So if you do the Atlantic slave trade or the social justice reflection, they will count both of them for 20 homework points. They will go into the 30 homework points, and they will go into the grade book the same, no matter which assignment that you do. But I also encourage you, if you have the time and the energy and are in a place emotionally where you can do this, to tackle both assignments. I think that they're both extremely important, and this will give you a chance to, if you have the chance to do both of them, I would encourage you to do that, but you only need to do one of the two assignments this week. And I just want to close by saying that this is the week of all the weeks that we've been out of school. I've been missing you guys from the very beginning, and the longer it goes on, the more I've been missing having you guys in class. But this week is the week that I'm missing you guys the most, and it's not only because we're at the end of the school year, and I'm pretty heartbroken that I'm not getting the chance to say goodbye to all of you, but it's also because of what's happening right now across the country, and this is a moment that I really, really wish that we could have our classroom community together, that we could have our classroom community talking about this, discussing this, that I could be giving the time and the gravity to this that I strongly believe that it deserves. And this is, unfortunately, I don't think the way that we're being able to handle this in class over our virtual classroom is great. I don't think it's adequate, but it's the best that I could come up to do in the moment. So I hope that a lot of you take advantage of it. And the very last thing I want to say is that hopefully you all know, you've got the announcement or you got my email that the school is holding community circles to give a chance for us to talk about what's happening right now in our society and in our country and in our community. So I highly encourage you to register to participate in one of those community circles. There was a link in the email that I sent out. If you didn't get it, then please email me and let me know, and I'll send it to you again. It'll ask you to choose a teacher from the list of those of us that are conducting these community circles. And if you want to choose me, I would obviously love to see all of you, but whichever teacher you choose, they will end up sending you information about the time and the Zoom link and all that stuff for you to join that community circle and get a chance to talk about it with your peers and with your teachers a little bit. So I really, really, really highly encourage you guys to do that. Doesn't make up for not being in the classroom and getting to talk about it in person, but it's better than nothing. So I hope I'll see some of you guys in our community circle. And last, just want to say that I hope everyone is safe and everyone is doing okay. I know it's a difficult time to be feeling okay, and I hope that you're giving yourself the space to feel anger and sadness and disappointment, and that you've got people in your life that you can talk to about it and process that with. And know that I would love to see all of you during office hours this week and get a chance to talk to all of you. So if you do want somebody to talk to about it, then please show up to the community circles or drop into office hours.